You can wait if you want.
Did you know that nearly 80% of beginner riders and up to 40% of advanced riders experience anxiety before getting in the saddle? But what if fear isn't the enemy, just a signal that you're about to grow? Let's talk about turning nerves into confidence, one ride at a time. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tanya, and if you've ever felt your heart race before putting your foot in the stirrup, you are not alone. Today I'm going to share with you my personal struggle with horse riding anxiety. For a long time, even just the thought of riding made me so nervous. I would shake, I would feel sick, I would sometimes go into a full panic just at the thought of it. I'd start thinking of every worst case scenario that there is, and I just would fail. I absolutely could not ride my own beautiful horses. Now, as long as I can remember, I've had a nervous, anxious type personality. I've always loved horses as a kid, but even as a kid, I felt nervous on or around horses. I questioned my ability. I felt like I'd fall off. Every possible thing that could go wrong would go through my head. But I loved horses so much, I just kept at it. I had to ride and be around them, whether that was just sitting on my dad's horse and just mooching around while she was eating in the paddock. I just had to be near her.
I'm good.
It didn't matter that I felt nervous, there was just no stopping it. But that didn't last, unfortunately. As I got older, I got more experienced with horses. I could ride much better. But still, some years ago, I got to a turning point where the anxiety just got the better of me.
Yeah.
I certainly wasn't about to give up, though. I had two beautiful horses, both gypsy cob geldings, and they were gorgeous. They were mine from birth, basically, is when I purchased them. I had them home from just little new babies, and I'd done all the training with them myself. But still, I was so anxious. So instead of riding, I worked on groundwork, trying to re-establish trust in myself and in my horses. I read books. I listened to equestrian mindset podcasts. I talked to other riders. I talked to trainers. I had lessons on lesson horses. I really started to think and visualize about having good rides on my horses. I learned breathing techniques and surrounded myself with people who knew what I was going through and who could encourage me to keep going. But it took time, a lot of time. Here's what really helped in the end. Time was the biggest factor. I gave myself time really to heal. I have no idea why at the time I had just really lost my nerve and couldn't continue with riding or even owning horses. I ended up making the extremely difficult decision to sell my horses. That was, it's hard to put it into words how hard that was. But I did it because I could see no way around it, really. I needed the time and the space to be able to take myself out of that pressure situation of having horses sitting in the backyard doing nothing, which just added to my anxiety. I needed to let them go so that I could move past this problem that I had created for myself. So I had no horses for 2 years. I was a horse girl with no horses, and that nearly killed me. It was a real struggle, but it was what I needed to do. After 2 years, I started looking for a little pony to get. Of course, I had to get two because I wouldn't want to have one horse just by itself. So I ended up finding two Shetland ponies that were just 2 years old at the time. So that meant I could gradually get back into horses or ponies that needed training, that would give me experience again, something to practice on, doing groundwork and doing the training to get them confident around having their feet picked up, being washed and brushed, leading, all the normal things. So that's what I did. I got two Shetland ponies, super cute. So while I loved my little Shetland ponies, after a while, it just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't enough, I should say. So I started having a look around for the right horse for me. I had a very specific criteria, and this brings me to point number 2. So point number 1 was giving myself time to heal and get over the general anxiety that I was feeling around horses and horse riding. And point number 2 was getting the right horse for me. And so this is different for each person, of course. Depends what equestrian sports you want to do, or whether you want to be a trail rider, dressage, jumping. You know, there's so many things to do with our horses. So just depends what you would like to do personally yourself. So for me, I'm an avid trail rider. I absolutely love it. And that's what I was looking for with regards to a horse. I needed a nice, safe trail riding horse. Okay, so my criteria, and as I said, everyone's will be different, but mine was the horse needed to be between 14.1 to 14.3 hands high. I much prefer smaller horses. I'm not into big horses at all. I wanted a horse that was between about 8 to 12 years old so that it had some good life experience, but still heaps of time left to be with me. Plenty of trail riding experience, and a horse that wasn't spooky. That was a really big point for me. I didn't want it to be freaking out at every little thing because I knew that would just make my anxiety go through the roof. I also was looking for a horse that had no really bad vices. I just wanted a horse that I could relax and enjoy. I didn't want to have to train the horse how to go on the float or how to go over a log on the ground, or I didn't want a horse that was going to freak out if we came across a puddle on the trail, things like that. I really just wanted to be able to buy a horse that I could get on and go and start having fun and not give my anxiety a chance to start playing up with the new horse. So that's what I was after. I did say it was specific, but that's what I felt I needed. Did I get what I was after? Not exactly, but mostly. So I did need to train Feather to go on the float. I was told she was 7. She turned out to be 3. I know, buyer beware. But she is not a spooky horse, which is my biggest point of contention. She is fantastic. She does not spook at hardly anything. Of course, she's not a machine. She is a horse, but she is a really good girl. She is a fantastic trail rider. She has given me so much confidence, and I have so much trust in her that she is not going to freak out and ditch me. And she never has. I've had her for a year and a half now, and we have been going great guns together. So when I first got Feather,
So
I
you're
didn't
thinking of
jump
something,
straight
I think.
into riding her. I
Crouching.
really wanted to build a strong relationship
Walk,
with
please.
her and a good solid
Good
foundation.
girl. Good girl.
So while I was waiting for her to have all her
Keep
checks
going.
done,
That's
like
it.
getting
Go.
her feet done, her teeth done, getting the chiropractor out, I
Good
was doing
girl.
some groundwork. I would also
Walking.
take her for walks
Okay.
up the road, which gave me an idea of what she was like in traffic
Walking.
with cars or motorbikes coming past. She was super
I mean,
chill,
let
which
me know if you want to
just
have a
gave me
chat and
so
see
much
those
more
girls.
confidence in her as well, and
What have
also
you
in my own
Well,
ability
isn't it
to be
lovely?
able to
Isn't
handle
that
her.
lovely?
It really showed to me that I
I wonder
had
if
picked the
Aboriginals
correct
like
horse for me.
lived in
I
anywhere
then, after a few weeks,
use them for
started to
something.
ride her just at home,
No, you're
and
not.
then I
Oh,
found
Jesse was
some
amazing.
close by trails
Yeah.
that were nice and easy, nothing too
Oh, see,
difficult
you should
with
have
huge
tried that horse.
hills
Rode it
up
off.
and down dale, etc.
Yeah.
So got my husband to come with me, and he walked and I rode, and we just did little short rides for both of our
Straight
confidence
ahead.
building. So that was another thing we did. Started small and we built up to longer rides.
Pardon?
So once I was
A cycle,
comfortable
lovely.
with having a couple of rides with hubby walking along with me,
A
I
bit late if you
decided to
don't get
put the
lost.
feelers out to find some new friends because my
That's
current
right, lots of
horse
fun.
riding friends didn't have any really solid, calm horses to be able to trail ride with me. So finding a friend with a good trail riding buddy was essential for
Dan.
me so
Yep.
that I could go with someone who was going to give me confidence, that was happy to just walk around, little
Oh,
trot here and there,
absolutely.
and not
Dan
do
gets
too much
very,
hooning on
very
me,
stressed
so that I could
if he
get
doesn't know where
confidence
he's going.
in Feather,
Or
in my horse,
if he thinks,
and
I don't know where
confidence
I'm
in
going either.
myself was really the
And I'm just
biggest
like, I've
issue
never
for
been
me.
here. These are my new
So that
tracks. I
was
don't
a
know where to go.
really
Like,
important part
we
for
go
my
to the
friends to
like
play. It's really important
just
to
have
have
a
a
look.
good,
Like,
trustworthy friend to go with that you know is not going to
what's the big
take off
deal?
cantering into
Or
the
what's going
distance
on?
and
Like,
leave
go
you
up on track
stranded.
7. Like,
So
we have
that
to
was
go.
really
We've got tracks on
important
our
to
back.
me to get that and
We
get
really
going
are
and get
parked.
going on some trail rides in
But yes,
different
it is
places on
like
tracks where I'd not
full
been before so
with
that
mud.
I could gain confidence in
So
other
I have to work
areas,
out the tracks
in
and know
other
them enough that I
fields
know
and
exactly where
tracks
to
and
go.
places where I'd not been that they could show me around. So that was just amazing to
Also,
get that help.
yeah,
So, really, those
I
are
use
the main
photos with
factors
trail riding
that
pods,
really, truly helped
and they do
in gaining my
multiple
confidence
motorides.
back on and
So
around
once
horses
out of
and
the
trail
trail,
riding
you
in
just take it along
particular.
with you.
They
Yeah,
were giving myself time, time to heal, time to be away from that constant gnawing anxiety. Finding the right horse. As I said, I had really specific
overtaking.
criteria and I stuck to that in the main
Oh, that's a
part.
good idea.
Building a relationship with your horse. So give yourself
Well, it's
time to
it's
get to know
definitely a
your
market for
horse,
them.
for the
So
horse to settle in if you're buying a new horse. Build that
overtaking.
relationship, build that trust, and get that foundation going.
Don't take my leg off.
The other super important
Thank you.
thing is to find some friends that will help you out. Friends that have a really nice trail riding horse, if that's what you want to be doing, ones that will stick with you, that won't lose their patience, that give you that
Yeah.
confidence and help you to
He won't step
grow
over
in
them.
your confidence in yourself
Is that what you're
and with
thinking?
your
Yeah.
horse. So I'm really happy to say that I have gained my
That
confidence back in riding my horse Feather. It is horse specific for me. I feel confident riding Feather. I know Feather. I know she's not going to freak out at things. I know what a trustworthy, good girl she is. So that's my deal. I love my girl specifically, and I absolutely love riding her and being with her. But I'm now at the point where I can give back. I can help other people. So for this whole video, this trail ride that I've been on, I've been with my friend Nikki because she's just getting back into trail riding. She hasn't been on a trail ride for 10 years. And the horse that she is currently riding is a fairly new horse to her. And this is her first trail ride on this horse. So it was just so enjoyable to be able to go with Nikki, to be able to put my hand up and say, yes, absolutely, I'll ride with you. Come with me and come with Feather. We'll keep you company and we'll give you that needed confidence boost that, yeah, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So it was a great ride out with Nikki, a great trail ride. And her horse, Artex, did not put a hoof wrong. He is fabulous. They are a great team, and I am really looking forward to a lot more happy trail rides together. So I really hope this video has helped you. I hope it's given you some practical steps that you can apply to yourself and your horse. If you have lost your confidence in riding or just being around horses. If you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Happy trails, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.